Welcome back to the Bordas and Bordas hotline of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We're here every night of the week. Gene Collier loves it 7 nights a week. 412-575-2600 is that number to call. Pat has done just that in Elizabeth. Hey, Pat.
Yes. I just wanted to call because I said I'm sick and tired of what's going on with Ben. Everybody's picking on him all over this TV. Every time I watch the sports shows, international on the radio, on CNN, Shannon Sharp and all them, they're all against Ben, and I'm sick of it. And I think Ben should stand up for his rights. And I'm sick of Bill and Antonio and all of them. That's all I got to say. Good night.
Mic drop right there from Pat and Elizabeth, Gene.
There you go, Pat.
Well, all right, thank you, Pat. Let's go out to Dan in Indiana. Dan, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Hey, guys, I just want to see what your picks were for the NCAA tournament coming up tomorrow, and if there's anyone that you think outside or lower than a 2 seed that could win it, who you think that could be. I'll hang up and listen to your thoughts.
Well, I like my pick, Jen, I don't know about you. I picked Gonzaga to win it all. Who's your pick to win it all?
Duke.
Duke. Okay, that's not exactly going on a limb, but but that's the play. Most people will make that play. Now, to answer his question, somebody outside of the 1 or 2 seeds, and it's hard to do that because historically you're not going to find many, like George Mason a few years ago got that kind of story. But there could be one out there, maybe more today because there's parity. Do you have one in mind?
I do not. I would have to actually look at the brackets to be able to answer this question. I'm so turned off by college basketball.
Why?
Because it's slimy. It's scandal-ridden, and it's been this way for 30 years. Every 5 years, there's another major scandal. I'm sick of it. I'm not watching it.
Okay, there you go. See, it's hit home with a lot of people, including Gene Collier, because it is. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that makes you scratch your head. As far as the question, I'll answer it, and I say, boy, there are teams out there. I like a lot of them, and it's hard to limit down to one if I have to pick one from outside of the. But if I'm going to do that, I'll probably go Maryland. I don't know why. I like their team.
I certainly don't know why.
Maryland. All right, let's go to Bill in Mount Oliver. What's up, Bill? How are you?
Okay, Penguins. We'll talk a little bit, but Matt Cohen is great in the face-off working, and Phil Kessel. We need some guys out there that can really put their hearts into it and play stronger. You know what I mean? So what I think is take them off and put them on the bench a little bit and get some guys out there with some more heart.
Well, I mean, I don't know your definition of heart, but Kessel just set an Ironman streak. He's played and he never misses games. His production's another story. I mean, he's Gene, I don't know if you had to analyze what's wrong with Phil Kessel. It just he hasn't shot enough for my liking, and he hasn't been able to score even strength. He's a power play guy only, and that's kind of a luxury that you need. I don't know if you can afford to have just him as a luxury on the power play.
He goes into these long streaks where he doesn't shoot enough, and then he starts to shoot, and it doesn't really make sense. I mean, Mike Sullivan tries to explain it time and again. There's never really an explanation for the way Phil Kessel's going to produce or not, except over the long haul. He's obviously a productive player, but he takes a lot of patience.
Let's go out to Jeremiah in Latrobe. What's up, Jeremiah?
Hey, I like to know when Gino's coming back.
Well, it could be playoffs. I mean, he's out
week to week.
Week to week, which there are only how many weeks are left, Gene?
Only 2 weeks.
Just
left.
2 weeks left, so he could be out until the playoffs, for all we know. And that's they need him, no question, but they need other guys. Hornquist has to do better. He's just not. Kessel has to do better. You didn't sign Patrick Hornquist to $5 million a year to not score in 28 straight games when it comes to even strength. You just didn't. He has to be better.
They need some fourth line scoring too. They're not getting from their deep bench.
But things can change in the postseason. You never know. Get hot at the right time. The one thing I'll say this, I don't know how you feel. As opposed to Tampa, which may not be playing with much on the line because they've clinched everything, the Penguins are playing almost playoffs going into it. So if they get a little bit of a roll, they'll have a lot more momentum than Tampa, which some nights are not dressing every one of their players because they're trying to rest them.
Yeah, I spoke with Matt Cohen about this a couple of weeks ago, and he said he's been on both sides of that, where you you kind of cruise into the playoffs and where you're battling to get into the playoffs. I think it's better to do it the way the Penguins are doing. We'll see.
We'll see. We got to take a break. Back with more right after this on Pittsburgh CW.